All right, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword Vlog, aka Clog, Wednesday edition, and I'm kind of hungry edition. It's actually around dinner time, so I have extra incentive to solve this as fast as possible. Um, but maybe even more importantly, it is ahead of schedule edition. We are running a minute faster than my previous best week. So if we can stay in the ballpark of 7 minutes 45 seconds, that would be ideal. Um, Obviously, would like to beat it by a bit, but 7 minutes 45 on a Wednesday is really good by my standards. So just keeping pace with that best ever week would be a great victory here. Interesting, you don't often see the top left corner being a black square here. I wonder if that means the constructor was struggling to fill the grid well. Hopefully they succeeded. Maybe there's a fancier theme than usual or something. Um, let's get it started. Leafy, that's probably kale there. That might be a katana. Um, okay, Asia, eat, reason to act. Okay, I'll come back to that. Um, with 32 down, Wonderland, that's Alice in Wonderland. That would be all. Evidence of a leak could be an odor. Um, like the environment. Next to a piano. Surgeon form fitting. I'm gonna take that out. Maybe this is Speedo. Those are fats. Maybe FTR. Maybe a drip. Okay. Arid. DJ'd. Tip jar. Tomato. Tomato is ripe. The time is right. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Apt. Brush. Shrub. Fly coach. Ice in. Hamilton's. Tenors. Uh, Damon, maybe? Uh, Clean. I'll come back to that. Ultron. Put on as a costume. Dawn. Triads, maybe? Spat. Slats. Maybe a tiff. Fruit salad. Bottle full. Okay. Daca. Um, Lollygag. Dally. Maybe stew. Flat somethings. Flat fees. Uh, Forward. Face. That might. Face wash. Uh, Silly ones. Dawdle here. Silly geese. DEA. Ideal. Sigh. Okay. Ecotourism? Kind of a thing. Maybe pissed. um, Gets under control. Could be rains and head out. Blur. Like a sensor bar. Oh, that's just the direction. Stitchers, sew, and something maybe? E there. Sheltie, rescue dog. Okay. It's either south or north. Queen. This is Queen one's clock. EKG. Sew and C, maybe? Maybe bods. Sewing bee. Okay. Uh, Peg legs. Incur. Disco. Trex. Pawn. Hawk, maybe? Um, Entry, right? Access. Um, Anna de Armas. Ashwan. Hard, I guess. Possesses, has. Safari. Hawk wears. Maybe? Okay. Broad valleys. Glens, dales. Head out. Depart. Comes to close, ends. PDFs. Coda. ASL, maybe? Old Flame. Thames. Pelt. Hand soap. Uh, Delaware. Damon. Raymond. Wow. Okay. That is certainly my fastest Wednesday ever. Wow. Nothing to say but wow. That is a Tuesday time on a Wednesday puzzle. Let's enter that in. 000528. That was a 2 minute 17-second gain on my previous time, which was definitely not bad at all, by my standards. Like I think 7 minutes 45 might have been my best time at the time. I guess I can't go back and see now. Maybe you can go and puzzle through my previous episodes where I pull up the stats to see what it was before that. But yeah, safe to say I've never been so dialed on a Wednesday puzzle. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I don't think this was actually particularly easy of a puzzle. I think some of these things I was getting were not obvious. Uh, but all that to say, so the theme, I didn't really have time to talk about it, but clean one's clock, that is a phrase that I'm aware of. Um, and uh, like not my favorite phrase in the world, but um, the puns here are that a clock has a face that you would wash it with, and then a clock has hands, and you would use soap for that. And then the time is ripe. Um, the time, the clock shows the time is ripe. Ripe means it smells bad. It all feels a little tortured, to be honest. It is a lot of stretches, and because every part of the theme is doing something different, you don't get that sense of cohesion. Like hand soap and face wash tie together, but nothing else ties together with them. And then the time is ripe is its own standalone pun. And then clean one's clock is like sort of the revealer, sort of the centerpiece. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the theme. I don't think it's a bad theme. I just like it's just not really doing much for me, to be honest. Um, and the rest of the fill, uh, yeah, RCA and Raymond, not not a great not a great cross, to be honest. But maybe that's all you could do there. There is a lot of interlockingness here, which I do appreciate, which can go either way in terms of difficulty. I think here it made things easier for me. Um, like getting these long crosses got me everything else here, but if I wasn't able to get these long ones, then I might have struggled a lot more with the rest of this. A lot of not ideal three-letter fill in this little area. Um, but again, if you get the long things, then you don't have to deal with it too much. Yeah, where am I going with all this? Yeah, a lot of acronyms, Delaware, EKG, forward, whatever. Maybe a bit too much for the quality of the theme here, but I do appreciate that it's a different sort of theme, I guess. As much as I was saying about the lack of cohesion, um, it does feel different from your average puzzle, and not in a purely negative way. Um, Old Flame is nice. Uh, Flat fees is okay, whatever. Yeah, really ton of acronyms, huh? ASL, yeah, man, this is really acronym heavy. And then like Ashraf, Anna, yeah. The fill here really just doesn't quite hold up. It kind of aligning with what I said at the beginning, just seeing these three black squares kind of feels like the constructor was struggling with the fill there. So I'm gonna give it a flat 5 out of 10. I'm bumping it up from what might have been a below average score just for the originality here. There is something interesting going on, but yeah, the fill is not that great. But let's not let that take away. Let's give this one more look. We are 3 minutes ahead of schedule, but again, we can't just say, oh, okay, now we just need to keep pace. Just keeping pace with this is a feat in and of itself. An 8 minute Thursday is nothing to sneeze at, nor are any of these times. So, only thing to do is keep watching. Thanks, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.